How do you know when it's time to let go? Pag-usapan natin yan in this You Trying Hard podcast episode. Hi there and welcome to a new episode of the Trying Hard with Lyqa podcast. This is one of those episodes I keep putting off. Kasi ang hirap niya i-explain. This is also one of the most common questions na binabato sa akin. Not just because of the Trying Hard podcast and this whole project to try to get people to try hard and not just try sa buhay. But mahirap talaga siya sagutin. Ilang beses na yan tinanong sa akin sa TikTok. Pero lagi ko iniisip, hindi kasha eh. Hindi kasha yung conversation about this. Kasi there's no easy answer para dito. Pero there are 4 things I find in my life na naging clues ko. Ito yung mga nagbigay sa akin ng idea that yung mga bagay that I was holding on to really, really tight na mahal ko, na mahalaga sa akin, na pinag-uukulan ko ng effort, ng time at lahat-lahat, ay kailangan ko ng pakawalan. And isi-share ko sila sa inyo. So, join me for another difficult conversation, but one that I feel is necessary to have. Let's talk about when it's time to let go. Okay? Now, I did have a conversation with Mish of Misconceptions about this a long, long time ago. Pero even back then, parang hindi ko pa siya masyadong nahihinog. But please listen to that episode if you want like my take on this din. But ngayon, I'm hoping na itong 4 things na to, kahit papaano medyo, pwede nyo siyang i-grab and go, kumaga, sa buhay. Now, the first reason or the first sign, the first major na dahilan for you to let go and for you to know that it's time to let go is, well, something that sounds simple pero hindi, which is this. You just know. You just know that it's time to let go. And usually, ang dahilan nun is because you know that it's wrong. Like, sa buhay, I know it's difficult. And I know that there are times na we like how comfortable things are or how pleasurable even things are and how good our position is in certain cases. But if you know that there's something inherently wrong, mali siya, parang hindi dapat question if it's time to let go. Ang question na would be, how quick can you let go? Kasi mali nga eh. And this is the one thing that I feel we need to start off with. Kasi dito pa lang, 'di ba? Kung hindi mo na siya gagawin, there's no point in me convincing you with 2, 3, and 4. Kasi ito yung number 1. If you know in your heart it's wrong, babe, let go na, 'di ba? It's definitely time to let go. Actually, it shouldn't even get to this point kasi dapat hindi nga siya nagsimula. But I know hindi naman lahat ng mga bagay na pinapasukan natin or na situations that we find ourselves in ay gawa natin or alam na natin na mali. Pero if you are in a position na alam mong mali ito, it's time to let go. My mind keeps going back to how certain people are employed or working for a company na alam nila inherently mali yung ginagawa. Whether it's an auditing firm na naglalaro ng numbers or nandadaya ng numbers, which again, I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying that there are these outliers, mga things na ginagawa. If it's a company, for example, that gets paid to scam people or to create fake content, fake goods, fake everything. Alam mo na eh, 'di ba? Alam mo na sa puso mo na mali ito. May mali dito. At if I stay here, even if I get paid a lot, it eats at my soul. Kinakain yung kaluluwa mo kasi alam mo mali yung ginagawa mo. Let go na, 'di ba? And if it really is a job that you need, and I understand kasi sa totoo lang, I've received a number of confessions, lalo na nung election season, of people saying na, alam ko po mali to, pero wala kasi akong mahanap na trabaho. Or wala akong pagkukunan, kailangan ko to. Pero if you know it's inherently wrong, I encourage you to find something else to do. Kasi iba yung load when you know that what you're doing, even if you're earning a lot, is doing a lot of harm and damage sa ibang tao. So again, if you know it's inherently wrong, it's wrong, mali, unlawful, unethical, hindi sunod sa values mo, it's time to let go. Definitely. Diba? May morality issue. Now, the other, parang ano to, A and B eh. Under you just know. Kasi nga, it's either you know na it's wrong kasi it's wrong per se. But there's another side of this, which is, although it's not wrong, you just feel it. Like you just know it na it's wrong for you. And I'm not going to say this kung hindi ko lang talaga siya na-experience sa buhay ko. Na again, everything on paper looks great, it looks right. Pero may something in you that says na hindi siya for you. Hindi ako ang best person para dito. Hindi to ang tamang lugar para sa akin. Sometimes you just know. If you have that deep feeling, that strong conviction that it's not for you, and you just know na you have to let go, just do it. Kasi prolonging yung bagay na yon would just lead to more hurt in the future. Now, I say that kasi lagyan natin ng example Kasi when I had well, let's just use this example. But when I I got into a relationship with my ex-boyfriend, and again, no shade naman towards him, but in my heart, I already knew it was not going to work. Like I already knew there's this relationship has a snowball's chance in hell. Kumbaga talagang hindi siya nag-work kasi we're not able to converse. We're so different. We're interested in different things. Like the running joke pa nga is that he would be a better boyfriend for my tita kasi they like the similar things than me. And I even told him that at the very beginning. Actually, hindi pa kami, kung magsisimula pa na siya manligaw, sinabi ko na this will not work. I know it won't. And the only way for this to work is if we both work at it and we work hard at it. Pero nun pa lang alam ko na in my heart that it's not going to work. It just didn't make any sense. Pero because I wanted to give it a chance, I wanted to give what my parents wanted for me a chance. I wanted to give him a chance because he was making all of these promises then. I said yes. But yeah, even back then, I just knew. I would have spared myself some heartbreak if pinanindigan ko yon. Pero hindi naman siya regret kasi maganda rin na pinagdaanan ko yon para at least ngayon napatahimik na yung issue na yon. Alam na nila. Like I gave it a shot. Di ba? Parang ganun. Pero even back then, I knew in my heart it was just not for me. It's time to let go of that. So yan, that's one of the first things. You just know. Sometimes you just know. Now, number 2 is this. You know it's time to let go if you've done all you could. And I'm saying that kasi I'm that type of person. Again, similar to me letting go of that relationship. At the time that I said ayoko na, I called quits. I knew in my heart that time I already did all I could. Like I made all of the necessary adjustments, compromises, forgave, like all of these things, marami ako masyadong pinalampas. I did all I could. So, dahil naggawa ko lahat ng kaya kong gawin, and still it's not working out, and still it's not getting better, I knew it was time for me to let go. Ganon din for a lot of things in my life, things I've tried. And again, hindi ibig sabihin na I'm making this episode, I discourage ko kayo from trying. All I'm saying is that while you're trying, it also pays to have enough self-awareness and not be afraid of examining if really ginagawa ko na ba lahat ng kaya kong gawin. Now, if ginawa mo na lahat ng kaya mong gawin and still nothing's changing, nothing is improving, it may be time to let go. Hindi to absolute din ha. I'm not saying na absolute to. Again, patience plays a key in things working out. But if nandun ka na, nasusukdulan ka na, nabigay mo na lahat, maybe it is time to let go. And sometimes, sabihin ko na rin na it's frustrating that you turn around and you see someone else do the exact same thing or attempt to do that same thing, tas they get it in minutes. Apparently, hindi ka lang talaga yung tamang tao for that. And no matter how hard you work, wala ring mangyayari. Now, I know this and I'm sharing this with you not because it always worked out the way I wanted, not because lagi kong alam na, okay, oh, I've done all I could, nag-let go ako. But I'm telling you this because I've wasted so much of my time, effort, my tears, my my patience, no, on people, projects, endeavors, organizations na binigay ko yung sukdulan ko. Tapos, hindi pala dapat pala matagal na akong bumitaw. There are 4 dito sa sequence na to. We've covered 2. Sometimes you just know because it's wrong or because you just feel it in your gut. Number 2, it's because you've done all you could and it's not working out. We have 2 more coming up, but before that, quick break muna tayo.
I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and here's why. This is the official planner para sa mga tryhards. I created this planner with one goal, which is to make a planner that's good enough for you to destroy. Anong ibig sabihin ko dyan? Alam ko yung feeling na bagong-bago yung planner mo, mabango pa, at dahil ang ganda-ganda niya, parang ayaw mong sulatan. Kaya I wanted something na pagkahawak ninyo, gustong-gusto nyo ng simulan na sulatan kahit pangit ang handwriting mo o wala kang maisulat. This planner is undated, parang ikaw. Which means you can start using it or stop using it whenever. Hanggat may space pa siya. This planner may also be the best worst looking planner you'll ever get. Anong ibig sabihin ko dyan? This planner comes with its own ink stains, coffee stains, doodles, at kung ano-ano pa para hindi ka ma-threaten. Kasi nga, di ba, mabuti nang magulo yung planner pero maayos yung buhay kesa maayos yung planner pero magulo yung buhay. Now, paano naman yung mga walang plano? Pwede rin to sa'yo. It includes its own set of activities para matulungan ka to find kahit one goal lang for this next year. So that's it. This is the I don't just try, I try hard planner for tryhards like me. And whether you're using this planner, another type of planner, old pages from old notebooks, or printouts like I did before, what matters most is not the planner itself, but how you use it. Use it well.
Get yours today by messaging the Lyqa Maravilla Facebook page.
All right, welcome back sa ating conversation about knowing when it's time to let go. We already talked about the first 2 points or the first 2 signs na it's time to let go. Here's another one. Okay, number 3. You know it's time to let go when there's something else to do. And I'm saying that again, not taking this lightly, but saying that because I've also lost a lot of time that I could have exerted on certain projects or certain endeavors na hindi ko kasi ginugol doon. Kasi sinayang ko yung oras ko working out dito sa left side when I should have been spending more time on the right. And I find that it's easier actually to let go when all of these conditions click. Na, okay, I'm still invested, I still care, I still love this person, I still care about this friendship. But tapatan tayo, there are other people who are more worth the time, more projects that are more worth the effort. And nawawalan ako ng oras para sa kanila, nawawalan ako ng oras to do these good things because I'm wasting all of my energy, emotional energy, my resources, my time, everything dito sa isang bagay na hindi nag-work out. So yun, sa akin, di ba, kahit minsan pride thing na kasi yung parang binigay ko lahat dito, this has to work. Pero minsan we have to acknowledge na when we let go of those things, we give ourselves an opportunity to spend that resource on something else. So you have to let go, especially when there's something else to do, something else more important that requires your time. Other people that require your attention, your energy. And I find that this is a difficult question then to answer or even to ask ourselves. Pero kailangan natin eh. Kailangan natin every so often to revisit it. Kasi if not, we're going to keep spending and honestly wasting time, energy, resources sa mga bagay na pwedeng mag-multiply so many times over kung nasa tamang tao, tamang direksyon, tamang project natin yung ginugugol. Another example of this, honestly, would be when I spend so much time ruminating and thinking about negative comments, negative feedback, negative things, like people who say bad things about me, when obviously they're there kasi they're trying to get me to respond or trying to get attention. Um, I will be making there's a different conversation about the difference between people who do it for attention, actual bashers, and people who are there to criticize you. It's a different conversation. Pero what I'm saying here are those people who are out to get you, like yung nananadya talaga, or who are baiting you. And so much of my time was wasted being stuck in this negative na mindset when I could have done something to say improve existing piece of content or create even more. Kaya lang na-stuck ako dito dahil yun yung lagi kong iniisip. Sila yung lagi kong iniisip. Naging barrier sila sa paggawa ko. So, ang way for me to get out of that rut is I tell myself this eh. Parang sulit ba for me to spend this much mental energy reacting to this nameless, faceless troll? Or should I just address real life people with real life concerns who want my real help dun sa mga bagay that they're facing? And because I understand na mas kailangan ako dito sa side na to, it's easier for me to let go. Kahit na nasaktan ako, kahit na nahirapan ako, kahit na dinadamdam ko pa rin at dinidibdib ko pa rin yung mga sinasabi. So yun, that's another example. Again, it's easier to let go when you understand that there are other things to do. There's something better na pwede mong pag-investan. Now, there's another one, and this is the last one. It's time to let go, definitively, if you've been let go. What do I mean by that? Minsan, hindi na to question of you letting go as the first person na nag-initiate nitong bagay na ito. But sometimes, you need to let go kasi they already let you go. Matagal ka na nang binitawan, matagal ka nang nakalimutan, matagal ka nang naitapon, hindi mo palang tanggap. And I know this is going to hurt, especially for those people who find themselves in that situation or a similar situation right now. But medyo hawig dun sa conversation natin on unfriending. Sometimes you just need to let it die a natural death kasi matagal naman na rin siyang patay. Kailangan mo nang harapin na actually hindi nga kailangan for you to let go kasi matagal na nakapatid yung tali. You're just hanging on to the remnants ng alaala. Kumbaga sa konsepto ng dead stars, no? Diba, we look at the skies, we look at the stars, nagta-twinkle-twinkle sila sa night sky. Pero a lot of those stars, if not all, are already dead stars. Kasi by the time that their light reaches us, by the time na makita natin yung stars na yon, patay na sila kung nasa naman sila. And sometimes, a lot of us hold on to dead stars in our lives. Kumakapit tayo dun sa mga bagay, sa relationships, sa projects, sa endeavors, sa causes, sa slivers ng silver light na yon. Nakakapit tayo doon, not knowing or not recognizing or avoiding nga, dinedeny na natin sa sarili natin yon. The fact na matagal nang patay yun eh. Matagal na tayong nilet go. But when you realize that, when you find yourself na gano'n na parang, oh nga, wait lang, hindi ko decision pala to let go kasi na-let go na ako, no? Masakit siya, pero sometimes that is one of the biggest gifts na ibibigay sa'yo ng tao. Yung itapon ka nila. And I'm saying that kasi again, based on experience, no? The perfect metaphor, again, I keep going back to this, would be my relationship with my former church, no? I remember more than a year before the severing of ties happened, I was speaking sa pulpit and I had this strong prompting to say na parang this is a dead church. Kasi at that time, it was no longer, even then, even with us trying our very best, it was not growing. People just wanted to be with the same people all the time. It was more of parang oligarchy. Like, it's the closest thing to that. And yeah, all of the changes we're trying to implement, like taking more people into the fold, giving people na walang apelido or hindi part dun sa mga families dun sa loob ng subdivision more responsibility, may pushback. So in my gut, I already knew may something wrong. The politics of it all, yung double standard, hindi pwedeng uminom at mag-ministry kung hindi ka may apelido. Pero kung may apelido ka, kahit makita ka ng lahat, okay lang. Like all of these things, alam ko na in my gut, there was something wrong. But I kept holding on. I did not let go. I did all I could. And literal yun, like, I couldn't stress that enough. Physically, mentally, emotionally, exhausted, all the possibilities to make it work. So I did all I could, number 2. But then, number 3, no, there's something else to do. At that time, I was still working for a corporate company, but I would spend my weekends, for some reason, and again, hindi pa ako nagtuturo ng English nito online, ha. At hindi pa ako nagtuturo ng math online. Pero I would write outlines na parang if I were to teach English, ito yung mga Philippinisms, ito yung mga common grammar mistakes na I think people need to learn. Kung magtuturo ako ng math, these are the fundamentals and then these are the common questions na malabas sa exams. Like, wala pang Team Lyqa nun, malayo. This was 4 years before my first educational video sa Team Lyqa channel. But I was already writing those down. So I already knew in my heart there's something else to do, something na better use of my time than trying to carry the weight of all that responsibility dun sa church na yun. But I still did not let go, guys. Hindi ko rin ako bumitaw, even if I knew that. So I would always say, naku, if I had more time, I would do this. And then it had to get to number 4, which is they had to let me go. Sabi ko nga dun sa ninang ko, no, kasi nakakatawa nung successful na yung Team Lyqa, biglang love na nila ako uli. No? Tapos parang I had this ninang, the elder nung church na yon. Tapos she was one of the people who basically set my dreams ablaze nung Sunday that they sent us away. Tapos biglang a few years after, we met each other and then she told me, like, ang lambing-lambing pa na parang, anak, alam mo, I always believed in you. Alam ko, kaya mo yan. I'm so proud of you. And I remember, again, telling her na parang, hindi na parang, telling her talaga that, you know, I would like to thank you. And then she was smiling kasi akala niya talagang, thank you kasi, mabuti siyang ninang, di ba? Pero actually, hindi. Like, I would like to thank you kasi kung hindi niyo ako tinapon, kung hindi niyo ako sinend away, it had to hurt. Sabi ko, it had to hurt. Kasi I didn't want to leave I didn't want to go. I wanted to still stay in that church and keep doing what I was doing, keep trying to revive ministries, keep trying to encourage the young people. Kung hindi niyo ako tinapon, and it had to hurt. Kailangan niyo akong itapon talaga, pilitin na hindi na ako bumalik. You had to close that door for me. Kung hindi niyo yun ginawa sa akin, I wouldn't be here right now. Kasi hindi ako bibitaw. Sobrang mahal ko yung simbahan, mga bata, sobrang mahal ko yung ginagawa ko. Na hindi ako aalis ng choice ko. So thank you for throwing me away. Because in throwing me away, I was actually planted into what I was supposed to do. And that is this, what I'm doing right now, creating educational content, encouraging people, talking about the hard things, the difficult things, the painful things in life, and hoping that by sharing what hurt me in the past, we could find some nuggets ng wisdom, some lessons that we can learn together from this. Now, let me just stress din even if, again, even saying that still hurts a little bit. Kasi alam ko maraming worried sa inyo. Like every time we would post something about this or I mention it sa podcast, there would be people reaching out saying na parang sana okay ka lang, ganun. Guys, don't worry about me, okay? I'm 100% okay. Like I told my ninang, I'm in a better place right now. Kasi by cutting me off, by them throwing me away, honestly, this community, you guys are a way better community. Not just for me as a person, but for, I feel, yung positive impact natin wherever you may be, sa workplace ninyo, sa churches ninyo, some of you are still active sa churches. Like those mga tanim out there, kung papipiliin ako all over again, babalik ba ako dun sa dati o yung ngayon? Ako, in a heartbeat, I would always choose you. So yeah, I'm in a better place right now. But I'm just sharing these kasi I feel like we can learn from it. Na letting go isn't always a bad thing. Like, I know it hurts, and that's why it's a difficult question to ask. Na parang, ito na ba yung time to let go? Ito na ba yung time to let go? And I understand those of you who are still unable to decide right now kasi hindi ka pa sure, or yung iba kahit sure ka na, parang ayaw mo pa rin. Nag-intindihan ko kayo. I'm just sharing this kasi yun nga yung pinagdaanan ko eh. It had to come from the other side kasi kung ako magdedesisyon, hindi ako bibitaw. It's a difficult process letting go. But what I would leave you with dito sa end ng conversation na to is this. Letting go is not necessarily the end. Letting go can be the beginning of something different, something new, something more meaningful, and something that would point you towards the right direction. It doesn't need to be a bad thing. Letting go hurts. I'm not saying it won't. No? Letting go hurts. But sometimes it's necessary. And sometimes it could be, even if it's the worst possible pain, it could be the best possible opportunity for you. So yan. Another difficult conversation. But I'm hoping you stick with me dito sa journey nito. There are more things to unpack, more kwentos to unravel. But I'm hoping, again, na even in the slightest bit na merong shared suffering in this episode, if you're in the middle of letting go or you've just been let go, I'm hoping that this story doesn't just hurt you, but it brings you hope. If someone like me, who was so exhausted to the point of constant burnout, and was thrown away by the people I most loved, could be this ngayon, could stand here, well, not stand, nakaupo ako, but sit here in front of you and kahit paano try to be an encouragement to you. If that happened to me, it also could happen to you. So be there, be in pain for some time, but know that this could be an opening for something better for you. And I can't wait for that to happen. So yan muna for now. Don't forget to follow the podcast if you haven't yet. We have more things to talk about. If you have any other requests, let me know. Thank you sa lahat na nag-interact sa ating Spotify polls at Q&A. Maraming salamat for sharing your own stories dun sa Ask Lyqa. I know not everyone enjoys yung segment na yon, but I want to keep doing that kasi I'm sure, at least for the first few ones, that those who sent in their questions, they appreciate us talking about them and their problems and their challenges. So maraming salamat sa inyo for sticking around. Thank you for supporting this podcast. Lagi naman tayo nasa top kahit papaano, no? And nagugulat pa rin ako every time. So thank you, and I appreciate all of you. And as we always say sa podcast ito, dream big, work hard, start now, and don't let people who call you a try-hard keep you from actually trying hard. Let's try, and try. But paki-let go na rin ha pag panahon na. I'll talk to you next time.